Ah, it's here! Banner Saga 3. It's been a while, huh? 2 years about. So I played Banner Saga 1 and 2 in time for 2 to come out. So it's been a little bit. But if you guys aren't caught up, go back. Go in the description, click the playlist, and you can get caught up on the previous 2 episodes. It is one continuous... Episodes isn't the right thing to call it. I don't know. It's all one continuous story, so you're gonna want to have this witnessed in order, or you're gonna be all mixed up or spoiling it and doing it in the wrong order and stuff like that. So it's just generally a bad call. I significantly recommend playing it, watching it in the correct order. Last chance. Alright, they're gone? Alright, so all of us that have been not playing these games for 2 years, let's watch the recap.
When the sun suddenly stopped in the sky, calamity followed. Stone-armored dredge poured out of the north. A darkness bled across the land, and a world-devouring serpent carved chasms in search of something. The races of men and Val fled south in vast caravans, dealing with the dredge general Bellower and the treachery of Borsgard's governor, Rugger, to eventually arrive at the human capital of Arborang. Rugger's scheming and old rivalries with the king of Arborang poisoned their chances for safety. Can they restore the peace before the city turns on itself? Juno and Eyvind, powerful spellweavers who claim they can turn back the darkness, continued on to the Valka libraries, where a terrible confrontation left Manahar in ruin. The spellweavers now have no choice but to push into the darkness itself, protected only by a spell of light and a reluctant crew of mercenaries. Will they be able to drive away the darkness before all of Arborang and humanity is swallowed up? And at what cost? One way or another, the saga comes to a close.
So here we go, the final hope, the end of the series. What's it going to boil down to? Choose a hero or import saved game. Aha! 2016. There we go. You know what happened.
We were as far from safety as we could have been. Me, Rook, and Alette, in a small town of Skor. So much has changed since then. We traveled the length of the world to escape serpents and dredge. And still it was not enough. What I do now is madness. Somewhere in the darkness, I've been told, lurks an answer to all our desperate questions. I will make sure it sees the light of day. All I care about now is that the friends, no, the family I fought to deliver to Arborang, live to see the sun move again.
Man, somewhere out there, in an alternate dimension, there's a version of this game where they could afford to have full voice acting, and there would be such thick atmosphere to it. Those those voices you get for like one cutscene at a time were great, and it's like, oh, they're gone now for the bulk of the game. Oh well. Get up, they're coming again. Already? How? You're exhausted. Though the king has given you sanctuary in Arborang, it came with a condition. Do your part to repel the siege at the walls. A siege being waged not by Dredge, but a man you helped escape from Borsgard, Ruga. Ruga's loyalists are already back, and they've got a battering ram. Alette, are you alright? Remind me how we ended up coming all this way just to fight our own kind? I know. I hate it too. There's thousands of refugees out there, but there's only one reason they're waging a war. Ruga. And he watches safely from a war tent while his bannermen assault the gates. That man poisons everything he touches. He's tried to take the throne in Abrang before, as rumor goes. I almost can't blame the king for leaving him to the crows. But the rest of them don't deserve to suffer for it. You hear a chorus of shouts from the gates, and a resonating creaking of wood. Abrang's guards rush to their stations. They've broken through the front gate. Hurry, we can't let them get fooled. All this, we're the last of humanity at the end of the world, if I remember correctly, basically at this point. And our grand reward is that we get to fight to the death. Hooray. Oh my god. Ooh boy. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was intimidated. This is a lot to come back to. Like, on some level, I kind of get why there are so many, why there's so many Western RPGs where every time a sequel comes out, they kind of reset your character. Like in the Mass Effect games, or Deus Ex and stuff like that. I was gonna say Dragon Age, but you don't play as the same character from game to game in those ones. Because, whoa! There's a lot to come back to. Okay. Yeah, alright, let's try this. First of all, are they ready to level up? They are. What level is... I'm sorry, do you have... 43... Oh my god, there's a lot to get back into. Okay. Click on the ability to learn the unit's abilities. Does she have a new ability? They have Thread the Needle. Overwatch. Those were always true, though. Mend. Puncture. I think they're just giving a generic tutorial to remind me that I can look at that stuff. This person's already maxed out. 9 out of 9. 10 every stat's currently maxed out. Wasn't there something else that happens when you can promote them more? Because she has enough kills for it. Right, but you spend renown on individual characters you want to promote. So you have this universal resource you spend on promoting. So yeah, this is how it works. You can promote them if they have the kill count. She has 43 out of 26. But they need to figure out what to spend the stuff on. And in this case, these are all maxed out. Is there any other reason? Higher stats and talents. Choose your heroic title. And increase your item rank. That costs 10 points. I should probably level up my other characters I like to use, because she's already level 10. Other characters are lacking that. Although she's my main character, so she's like my top person. I'm curious about heroic title. I'm gonna go for it. There it is. Heroic title available. Alette? Oh, that's just a description of her character. Confusing. How do I... There we go. That's where we go. Heroic title. Skalds sing the name, not of simple people, but of the legends they have become. Choose a heroic title to bestow upon this hero. Once chosen, it cannot be undone, and the title will be unique to this hero. Yeah, I think level 10 was the level cap of the previous game. It might still be the level cap. We'll see, or at least the cap of your ability to level up your stats. She's 11, I guess. Let's see. Blood letter. Oh, right, there's all this going on here. So 1 point of strength dot on a hit lasts 1 round. Which is great, because strength... This is the game where your strength affects... your strength is your health. So you take damage, meaning you do less damage the more damage you take, and then of course when you're out of strength, you're dead completely. So a strength dot is not terrible. A 3-point strength dot that lasts 2 rounds would mean that you would do 6 points of damage via your dot itself. And that's in addition to your normal hit, because it says on hit. That means in addition to the normal damage you do, you would cause 6 strength damage over the course of the next 2 turns, which just makes the character melt over time, making Alette incredibly strong. Death's Messenger. There's a few options here. I'm gonna spare you guys for a second, I think. There's a lot of reading to go through right now. I'm just gonna go into a fight and let you guys experience a fight and a little story before I spend a fucking half an hour in a menu. I'm sure my go-to party, that's probably what that was, can handle themselves during an intro fight. That's probably not very hard because it's the first fight of the game. Let's go with that assumption and hope that I'm not an idiot for thinking that. Yeah. In a perfect world, this would all be one game. Come quick! They're nearly through! In a perfect world, this would be all one game that came out all at once and didn't need to come out 2 years apart each time, because it's actually a lot to readjust to. Look at butt crack over here. Somebody was like, I'm gonna draw a butt crack, specifically. Oh man. Like, this is kind of funny, whereas this is brutal, like, this person's face is being stomped on. I do like the details they have for some of the stuff, although I think some of these are kind of recycled elements sometimes, and that's why some of them look so odd a little bit. That looks like a character I had right there in specific. Oh yeah, these are some generic models repeating in a loop. Oh yeah, those face stomper. Yeah, you're not supposed to look so close to that stuff, perhaps. Wait, what is that? What's the deal with this floor? It looks like a map. These details here. Oh, that's odd. Anyway, the fight. Rain of arrows. Target a tile and stun the enemy who steps in it with a rain of arrows. So yeah, they can set those traps. I think Oddleaf has the traps too. God, I'm just realizing how much damage 6 bleed damage is. These people have like 8 to 12 health. That's half their health from the bleed alone, in addition to the damage you probably did on the rest of the damage. The question is whether the bleed automatically is attributed to any time you hit somebody at all, I suppose. Alright, so we need to get back reacquainted with our group here too. So right now we're in the stage where until I'm ready, I can rearrange people how I see fit, which is often helpful. This is Hakon. God, it's been around with us since the beginning. Mogre's more or less has been too. Let's see, Mogre's big trick. When people hit him, he hits them back. Not for a lot, but it happens. Some armor damage. He can specifically damages people's armor. He can even counter retaliation. Affected enemy will attack his hero next turn. This hero next turn. Yeah, he can aggro somebody. He can make somebody fight them specifically. It looks like I'm not going to be able to go on the offensive unless I want to specifically... I'll have to break these walls, basically. God damn it, what are they called? I'm so sorry, everyone. There's a lot... I watched recapped videos before I started this, in addition to the one that aired in this game, because I'm trying to get reacquainted, but it's just a lot of game to get back into. I'm going to be struggling to remember the names of unit types and stuff for a little while here. Oh no, I can't remember what the horn people are called. Oh no, I'm just realizing this now. It's fine, it's fine. I know the basics of what they are, at the very least. He has the big spin attack, which I believe it also, I think that also hit allies, was a problem at the time. Eric can become invisible next to an ally? Okay. Right, he can summon the bear. We need to keep track of that. Him summoning the bear means he has a whole extra unit that adds to the fight overall. And they can add willpower to people. It's because he's like... Yeah, he's vaguely like a summoner bard character. He can increase people's willpower, which affects their ability to exert themselves during the fight. And he can summon a bear to just add a whole extra unit to the fight. So you guys were weird. Yeah, they can move 3 tiles after attacking, so they have constant hit and run attacks. They can do the trample attack, where the further they move, they cause more strength damage. Yeah. Mule kick is a break damage attack, so it's a knockback that makes them take damage as they move. That's a common thing in this game, is when you kick people, or knock them back, they move multiple tiles and take damage for each tile they successfully move through in that process. Lead has the penetrating attacks, which is that I can shoot somebody. And if anyone's between me and them, they also take damage, which is great. She has Overwatch, which means it's exactly like Overwatch from XCOM, in that it hurts people that are moving that turn. And then she can heal people. And she has a really strong item on her right now. Oddleaf has the trap. That's the equivalent of what they had there. So I just want to put that down in front of them and hope they step on it. Then Bird of Prey fires an arrow very far and for some nice damage. We'll see how this goes. Hello, Alette, you're first. Right, you have to click on her here to do things. Yeah, we're not even close to range for doing proper damage yet. So I'm probably going to want to sit around and wait for them to come to us. Based on our movement range, they should be able to reach me very soon. So I'm going to move forward a bit. I'm going to try going into Overwatch. I don't know, what is your attack range? That far. There's actually a decent chance they won't even enter Overwatch range. We're pretty far off. So let's just destroy one of these barricades. Give an opening to my Varl, that's what they're called. See? It's coming back. The problem with trying to refresh yourself on a game that comes back mid-series and everything is that you don't always know what questions to even ask that you don't remember. I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm ready now. And I'm like, oh crap, I don't know what that is, and that is, and that is. The traps. Does it say how long it lasts? It's within one turn. Shit. They have to walk into it right now. So no, the traps are probably not going to be a good plan. You can't even reach the things. I don't want to stand in front of my teammate. Let's see the range for you summoning your bear. Just 2 tiles in front of you. I remember the bear being really tough. No, cancel that. Here comes the fun. You're facing the wrong way, bear. This is embarrassing. And that wasn't really meant to be a bear pun, but I'll take it. Alright, bear, you had abilities, right? Maul. Divides damage between strength and armor on up to 3 adjacent targets in front of the bear. Right, just crazy AoE chaos damage. Ah, you're one of those guys. So thick hide means that as long as he has armor, he will not take strength damage. So the bear's actually really strong for a decent chunk of time, except for that he'll like very abruptly start melting. Right now I just want to get in the way of people. But how much damage is this likely to do? It's gonna hit that thing too, which is not great, because I'd rather not divide this damage up with that. Could just attack you. Could go all in on armor, since my damage on strength is apparently 1 right now. See how long that lasts. So you're my melee? Yeah, you're my melee horse. My other centaur, I do have an archer centaur, but you're not that one. You just have the melee ranged attacks, mule kick, trample. You can cover some ground with that. But I unfortunately pretty much have to use bonus movement to even get into attack range, which will go wrong pretty quickly for me if I'm not careful. Since that's only a 3-tile range attack, pretty much have to get there to even do that attack to get things started. Might be worth it. Let's give it a go. Scott Hawk has a lot of he has a lot of renown. Not renown, willpower. I fucking miscounted. God damn it. Ah, I didn't count the weird black tile. So I've just messed this up. Alright. Well, I can't fix that. They're taking chunks out of them. Alright, let's move forward and hit things. I probably should have stayed put and let them come at us. I think that's how I usually did things in the past. Gotta relearn a lot of lessons right now. Alright, the Varl are so large and unwieldy that you can't maneuver them around each other half the time. So I'd like to help with that guy, but he probably intentionally moved in the tile where I can't help. Whereas you have splash damage. God, I can do 18 damage to that individually. Let's not do that. Let's see, centering impact. It does strength and armor damage to target and adjacent allies. I mean enemies. But how much? Does it give me a... I can probably just do a normal attack. Let's see. Right, this is the clockwise attack. I believe I pick this one, it'll hit this, then I think it would hit my ally. No, if I do, well, it does say enemies. It might not hit them at all. Let's do rank 1, so it'll only hit 2 things anyway. There we go. And it found its way to him anyway. Hello, Alette. Let's see. We're not laid out very well for Thread the Needle right now. I could do Overwatch or honestly just start shooting things. So I can't move into range without using willpower. And Mend is only a willpower no. Mend restores an ally's armor, but then the additional ranks makes it also help half their willpower. Where's my list of characters? Am I imagining that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's what you do to just have all of them showing all the time. It's a little chaotic, but, you know. So at the moment, my team mostly is doing fine on armor. I don't really need to rush to mend anybody. Let's focus fire. Oh yeah, Alette. Alette's the one that has tons of willpower. She has 12. She can just flatten things. I was flat out inaccurate when I said that this guy had a lot of willpower. I was misreading and I was looking at his strength, which is just a mess. That's just me screwing everything up. This could hurt if I wanted to go for that. It has a great range. 100% chance to hit. Will it actually do more damage though? I don't remember how strong it was is what's bothering me. I think I should just stick with the normal attack because I can reach. So I should probably let that happen. Chipping away at my armor. Okay. So his primary ability is that he can basically spend willpower to give other people willpower with rally. And it's at any range, which is great. 6 willpower, like you can just shower people with the stuff, which is fantastic. At the moment, no one's really hurting for it. This guy... Even Mogre's at 9 out of 10. No, 3 out of 4. That's what I gotta keep track of, is the one you click on isn't necessarily the one there. Right, some people just have really low caps compared to others. Alette has 12. God damn. Let's see. Probably just want to go in for the kill if I can. I can at least reach. What happened to the guy that... Alright, so the guy that he was attacking earlier came here. This one's still unharmed. The way that track works is you become invisible next to an... Yeah, ally. Let's move up to my bear. And become invisible next to them. That's a lot of armor to ignore. Let's go in. Someone's gonna have a bad next turn, probably. My bear. I like my bear. You just angered a bear. I would not have recommended the bear thing you just did. How much damage is it gonna be? You know what? Let's just see it go. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I should have stuck with the normal attack. Ooh, there's a mine somewhere. That just screams, don't move right now. And they probably put it behind... They might have put it behind Scott Huck so they don't walk. Because the thing that they'd be tempted to do right now is walk away, is run away. Could go for the stun. There you go. Do I go further in or not? If I run backwards, I'll walk into the trap. I'm gonna go forward. Nope. There it goes. The bear's taking damage. It's kind of convenient. The bear's like a free damage sponge because I don't lose that character really. I can pretty much take this guy out right now. Yep. Nope, there goes the bear. That 15 damage. Damn. I guess once the armor is gone, they take really fast damage because they don't have any armor. Funny how that works. Oh boy, that was a crit. That was unexpected damage. Ooh. Let's count the tiles real quick. Thread the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles range. 1, 2, 4, 5, yeah. I can do bad stuff right here. Screw you guys. There we go. Even got a crit. Can you not do bad things to my horse? Hello. Bad times. There we go. Some of these characters I have a direct bonus over the fact that they have low strength right now. Like the guy with 2 right now, he can't do shit for damage, so letting him live for a bit will give me an edge now, which is great news. This guy over here is gonna have a bad time, isn't he? Unless there's someone else I want to go to. I mean, he's got the most strength for me to want to take out. There we go. Who's their strongest unit now? This 12 over here? Let's see. Yeah, this 12. Gotta turn off the health bar sometimes just to see them all. Alright, so they're getting way weaker. I'm now on Scott Huck. Spearman's a real big threat for me right now. I think I'm going to go for their strongest unit. There we go. Good, but that's good right there. Stun should mean they lose they skip their next turn. Because he's the strongest unit on their entire team. I just took out like a third of their armor while also making their next turn skip. So the strongest unit is being skipped altogether right now. And that arrow trap only lasts one turn. I think I'm just gonna crowd you over here. Here it comes. That wasn't very nice. Didn't appreciate that. Alright. What kind of AoE abilities do you have? Let's see. Break enemy armor and aggro somebody. That's all I really have. So it's pretty much just... I should just go for the attack, really. There we go. Now they're all weak. Now we're way better off. Ooh. I could kill both of these guys. Wouldn't that be great? Tempest. 1 star for 2 targets. Yeah. I still find it weird that he spins counterclockwise, but the skill is rendered clockwise. I find that really odd. Right, the Warhorn gives me more... Every time I get a kill, it gets added to this, and then I can add that to my characters. Gotta keep that in mind. But down to 2 characters with 2 and 4 armor, or health, strength. Everyone in my party basically has full strength, except for Scuthawk, who's having a bad time. So we're doing great. We're doing great. Everything went out just fine. Don't worry about it. I should really just run up to people and shoot them in the face and just let that be that. Pillage mode. Hey now. Unappreciated. There we go. Victory. There's some renown. Hey, that's what we just spent on Alette, too. Now I can go read through all of her titles and pick one. The Varl, the Clansmen, and the Fighters. Forgot, I have a lot of people. I've got like 500 people. Well, not quite, but we're close. Only 5 days of supplies, huh? They threw everything at this assault, hoping to surprise Oberon's tired guards and get a battering ram through. It almost worked, if not for you. The enemy pulls back, leaving you amongst the groans of wounded and dying. That spineless bastard, Oddleaf sobs. She kneels over the body of a boy someone slapped a helmet onto, one of Ruga's fighters, but far too young. Today was probably the first time he ever held a sword, and the last. No more, she swears, dashing off towards Ruga's war tent across the battlefield. The retreating and tired enemy are slow to respond. Odd, stop, you shout to deaf ears. The others give you a quick look before chasing after her, expecting the worst. Oh no, we're just pressing the attack. Does that mean that people have still taken the damage that they had before? Best person to check would be you? No, 15 out of 15 strength, so we're fine at the moment. Looks like the entire party is pushing forward. Okay. Let's pick your title now. So the strength, I'm very into this idea of the strength dot. Oh, look how many of them there are. Look how many dots there are. All right. +5 damage on consecutive attack on the same enemy. If Death's Messenger's first blow doesn't fell the enemy, the second surely will. So if you just keep hitting the same character over and over again, you just get a huge damage bonus. That's pretty neat, although this is pretty big by comparison too. Monster Killer. The Monster Killer takes a savage satisfaction in death, driven by the intoxicating bloodlust of battle. Ooh, getting kills gives you bonus will. 1, 2, 3 on the first 3 ranks, then eventually you get 3 will and 2 strength, which means you're also healing and doing more damage. These are cool bonuses. I'm trying to think back. I think in Banner Saga 1 you capped out at level 5. But your stat caps were all already set up at that point, and so that you could see them. Then Banner Saga 2 allowed you to actually max out said stats by allowing you to hit level 10. And now I think I think this one probably lets you hit level 15, but over the course of leveling up, you just put 5 points into your bonus title and capitalize on whatever its cool effect is, basically. Oathmaker. +1 will, let's see. An Oathmaker is determined to the point of zealotry. Others may question the fanaticism, but not the results. So I think it just adds to your will cap, 1 and 2, not a big deal there, but then 1 will regen, 1 will and armor regen, 1 will and armor regen, and 20% crit. God damn. So at that point you're getting, I assume at that point you have a +2 to your will cap. You get 1 will every turn, and you get 1 armor every turn, plus your massive crit bonus. Shield Cleaver. First and last mistake was thinking that they'd be safe behind a piece of wood or iron. So you do +2 break damage, +2 damage, and never miss? Wait, you just always never miss? Or you just never miss during a break attack? Because that's crazy. The Last Standing. It's a bittersweet fate to be the last standing on the battlefield, but no greater rush. Why is it called Last Standing? Just because you're hard to kill, I think? So 1, 2, 3 armor bonus, then a regen of 1 armor per turn, and never injured after KO. So give this to my big tanky tank character, and they'll just stay tanky forever. Seems like a Mogre ability to me. Just have their armor keep regenerating until they just always have them in the center of the battlefield and laugh as they refuse to die, basically. The Mountain. All tremble before the mountain who wades into battle and leaves destruction in the wake. So the cap out is +1 armor, +2 strength, and 1 armor and strength resist. I assume that means that it's damage reduction. If you take a hit, whatever the calculation is, if you're supposed to take 5 armor damage, you take 4. I think that is what 1 resist means. The Unbent. In the face of crushing opposition, the Unbent becomes even more determined to stand tall. 1 will resist, 2 strength resist, 2 armor resist. Huh. You just take less damage in general. Goes with the armor one a little bit. The Whisper. These are starting to sound a little familiar, and I'm wondering if I saw them before. It is claimed the Whisper has no life left for mere steel to claim. Just get less aggro? Oh, much less aggro. So aggro is explicitly referred to as a mechanic in this game. And you get bonus movement and dodge. So I can just make a character that can just run around and be less likely to be attacked as they just run around and do crazy things. Seems good for my rogue character. Twice Born. Recover from KO with 5 armor, strength, and will? Holy crap. Having them get back up is great, but the fact that they have only 5 strength means that they're weaker than normal, and that's kind of rough. Unless they're a... It's probably better for a utility character that you don't want to die because they do other things besides attack, because their attack's going to be weak. Although their abilities might still be strong. The Wolf. The Wolf seems to stalk the battlefield to the dismay of any enemy who might overlook them. 2 movement, 2 damage, and much less aggro. The Forsaken. The Forsaken stands alone, drawing strength from their very lack of companions and allies. So just no adjacent allies? Gives you +2 damage, 30% crit, and never miss as long as allies aren't near you. Does adjacent just mean the tile next to you? Because I feel like that's just something you just give to a ranged character and then watch as they become, like, too strong. Might be an Oddleaf ability. Fit the story a little bit, too, that she lost, because she lost the person that she was particularly interested in. At this point, the Unmoved. They say no mortal man has ever... Oh, that's a typo. Oh no! They say that no mortal man has ever shaken loose the Unmoved, once stubbornly set upon a spot. 2 strength, 2 armor, and 1 strength resist. It doesn't stop you from moving, though? I was expecting knockback resistance, but that's not really mentioned here, which is, I figured that would be what the Unmoved does. The Foolish. Some shake their heads in disbelief that the foolish still lives. But where does one draw the line between bravery and foolishness? -1 armor. So +3 strength, -1 armor, 20% crit per adjacent enemy. Ooh, that's a hack on ability right there. Give him even more strength on top of all of his strength, and then give him the ability to have bonus crit for all the people near him. And like, he does a whirlwind ability, so he would just blend everybody. -1 armor is not that much of a cost to pay at that point. The hopeful. Not all strength is measured by those who can swing the heaviest weapon. Adjacent allies. Am I reading that right? It's not per adjacent ally. So your adjacent allies gain 2 armor and 2 strength attacks and +3 will. Oh. That's pretty great. That's all pretty great. I really like strength dot. I think I'm gonna go for bloodletter still. It starts kind of weak, unfortunately. It starts as 1 damage, then becomes 2 damage, then becomes 2 damage but faster, then becomes 4 damage, then becomes 6 damage. So at the end of the series of upgrades, it gets really powerful, and you start melting enemies by just putting that dot on a bunch of different people, I think. I'd be a little worried about it becoming... about how much you might have to invest to get that far, and how reasonable it is to get level 15, but I assume that getting your main character level 15 might not be that hard. I hope. The other one would be the Forsaken. Just a bunch of bonuses when you're not near enemies. But that one also, like, in all these cases, you have to invest heavily to make the title worth it. Early on, it's kind of a bummer. I'm gonna go Bloodletter. Okay, next promotion is 10, right? Higher stats and talents. But I'd be investing in that ability, right? Oh, right, when these capped out, I was getting bonuses. Yeah. Oh boy, there's a lot to keep track of in this thing, honestly. Okay, so... oh, I have 2 points available still. That's in addition to that. Okay, so it's not either or. So I got to get my title. Oh. I just buy the upgrades right here. Like, I could get it right now if I want. It's just... it's 45 renown to add to that. Oh boy. The first one's only 5. And it makes it twice as good of a dot. So I'll go for that right now. Okay, so that's interesting. So hitting level 11 just gives you access to your title, but it still gives you your bonus points. And then from here on out, I need to keep promoting them to get more bonus points to keep investing in these things. But I don't have to do that for my heroic title anymore. It's just unlocked now, and I spend my renown directly on that. God damn, this is a game that has really complicated character progression for a cast this big, and then go back to it 2 years later. Okay. This thing has +3 from my item right now? Damn. So it's plus armor per turn. What is your item? Shit. So her item is... oh, +3 to all talents and strength attack and 1 break. So it's not even a specialized item, it specifically just gives a bonus to all of them. Okay. So she already has rank 4 to this. Right, I think I started putting 1 point into all of her talents because her item rank would then give a bonus to them on top of that to make them all rank 3 without me having to put more into it. So she has 30% regen and 1 armor per turn. Or, actually more, she's at 35 rank. 25% bonus to crit chances. 20% to chance to reach, just to get a bunch of willpower every turn. 60% bonus hit chance. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten this one yet. A chance to cause puncture. Poink. And it's instantly rank 4. How incredible is that? Okay. So now she has rank 1 of all of these, which makes them actually rank 4 because of her talent bonus item that's absurdly powerful. So there's a 35% chance to regen 1 armor per turn. That's the chance that she gets a random piece of armor that turn. That's how it works. I'd say go further into crit, right? Does the next one cost 2 points or something? Oh wait, no, I already spent 1 point on the other guy. There we go. Close. Confirm. There we go. My god. How am I going to manage all of these characters? I'm actually intimidated. Let's get Hakon up. I want him to get that badass scary skill that makes him a whirlwind master. So, promote. Continue. He's still way up there. For some reason, this specific level is cheaper to get. There we go. Probably over-investing on him a little bit. Possible. Stats are all maxed out already? Yeah. So now it's about getting my points. Which item is he wearing right now? This ring was once worn by one of the great kings of men to symbolize the unification with his people. 2 strength resist, 1 will per kill. Right, so he's specifically really hard to weaken anyway. He's got a good setup right now. Pretty sure I'm going for that one that's ridiculous. I want that specifically. Get it to the point where it's getting bonus crit per adjacent enemy. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna make him the foolish. I think that's a cool way to go with things. But yeah, he doesn't have the terrifying bonuses that Alette has from her item. He has to actually manually invest in these points one by one. So he has a chance to resist. Oh, right, you can pick one or the other. A chance to resist it or a chance to regen. He already picked Artery Strike. I can go between a chance to avoid Killing Blow versus a chance to regen Willpower. A chance to avoid a strength attack versus bonus hit chances, and then chance to puncture versus a chance to avoid armor attack. I think just go all in on crit chance, honestly. I want to just destroy things. So let's max that out first. But that's maxed out now, so I need to pick something else to do now. Being able to puncture is pretty great. But if I can avoid a strength attack entirely, then Hakon just stays powerful. If it's its primary power, I should probably safeguard it. These are actually relatively minor effects, aren't they? Like, this seems like practically the most powerful one, right? Because it's fucking, it's just a bonus crit chance, period. That's fantastic. Everything else is like a small chance of a bonus happening. And it's a cool bonus, but the chances are pretty small. I'm gonna go with avoiding the strength attack because I want to keep him going. So I'll try to preserve the strength he has because that's what makes him so strong. Whereas here I'm gonna go, I think, with Puncture, giving him the ability to use his strength through somebody's armor directly. See, it sounds appealing to me. Bit of an overinvestment, perhaps, but Alette and Hakon are kind of the leaders, if I remember correctly. Hakon kind of has a history. What's Mogur's situation? Right, Mogur struggles to get kills. So there's stuff I want him to have, but I need to get him to have kills first. Why is his points aren't spent? Weird. Why are his points not spent? Well, also, why does it seem to think that you have points to spend? I think it's just saying you're able to level up. You have points that aren't spent. There we go. Right, I can do that, or I can upgrade the bonuses, though. That's the thing. You have points to spend still. That maxes out his stats. I should probably go for the willpower regen, because his primary ability is regenerating other people's willpower with his own. So I want his to regen. I think dodge is the way to go with you, because you're going to be getting attacked directly. Let's go for that. How do so many characters have unspent points exactly? Oops, did I not spend it correctly? Confirm. There we go. I'm a little spooked by how I didn't confirm yours, did I? Yours is willpower. There we go. Confirm. Maybe that's what the mistake I was making. I was somehow not confirming their ability spends. I just did it again just now. I'm not used to the idea of being able to just walk away from the menu and the game not being like, do you want to spend those points or are you sure or something? It just, if you walk away, it just doesn't spend the points and you're like, oh, whoops. Alright, well that went okay. Let's power through, huh? I'm still a little out of sorts trying to get caught up with this game. I'll slowly work through the whole party and get them all caught up on whatever points need to be spent.